Nathan Zegura here with the 2-Minute Drill, brought to you by University Hospitals. Oh, this one is a throwback to the glory days. And speaking of throwbacks, not too shabby, huh? The Pittsburgh Steelers 4-0 for the first time since the 70s. The Browns 4-1 for the first time since the 90s. And they meet for only the second time in 134 regular season meetings after Week 5, with both of these franchises having winning percentages over 800. So this is a big one in the AFC North. The Browns looking to end way too long of a streak without getting a win at Heinz Field, and they look to do that against the Steelers team that has not beaten a team yet with a winning record. But don't let that fool you. They are complete on both sides of the ball. Big Ben is back, and he's playing the best football of his career so far. Career highs in completion percentage, yards per attempt, touchdown to interception ratio, and quarterback rating. They've got a great ground game. They've outrushed their opponent in all 4 games this year. They have a 100-yard rusher in 3 of those games, James Conner being the main man for this team. And then their receivers, they've got the great Juju Smith-Schuster, Deontay Johnson, James Washington, and rookie Chase Claypool. That's a name that all of you know now after he scored not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 touchdowns in the Steelers' win over the Eagles last week. On defense, the Steelers are as good as it gets. They've only played 4 games, and yet they are number 1 or number 2 in 15 defensive categories. They lead the league in sacks with 20. Again, despite only playing 4 games. They lead the league in sack yards against. They have done everything, and they do it from all parts of their defense. They have 4 players. 4 with more than 3 sacks already this season. No other team in the NFL has 2 players with at least 3 sacks this season. TJ Watt and Bud Dupree, you know them. They're the guys on the edge, arguably the best pass rushing tandem in the NFL. In the middle, Stephon Tuitt's got 3 sacks, and then their nickelback, Mike Hilton. They blitz him 20% of the time. He already has 3 sacks this season as well. So this is a game that is going to be strength versus strength. In the trenches, the great pass rush and run defense of the Steelers against the great offensive line of the Browns. The Browns are the highest scoring team in the NFL since week 2. They are the league's leading rushing team. All season long, they've been dominant on the ground. They're going to need to do that again against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And as for when the Steelers have the ball, you've got to try to get them in 3rd and longs and make Ben Roethlisberger hold the ball. He's getting the ball out quicker than any quarterback in the NFL this year, kind of taking that short passing approach, that quick hitter. The Browns are going to have to play tight coverage on the outside, where Money Mitch and Denzel Ward have been exceptional this season, and try to force Ben to throw it down the field and give time for Myles Garrett to get home and have, for the 5th straight week, a game-changing defensive play. This has all you want. 2 teams that are good on both sides of the ball. The Browns have the 2nd longest active streak in the NFL with a takeaway in 12 straight games. They lead the NFL in takeaways this year, 2nd in points off of takeaways. But the Steelers are good themselves. They have a takeaway in 10 straight games, 4th longest streak in the NFL. Everywhere you look, both sides of the ball, both of these teams are excellent. It's going to come down to the team that executes the best, the team that imposes their will physically in the ground game, and the team that does not make any mistakes turning the football over or with back-breaking penalties. This is what you want to see. The Steelers and the Browns at the top of their games colliding at Heinz Field, and you're going to get to see it this Sunday. We'll have you covered with Browns Countdown starting at 11 a.m. live on News 5 to get you ready, not to mention all the great coverage you get at clevelandbrowns.com and the Browns mobile app. This has been the 2-Minute Drill, brought to you by University Hospitals.